Call this beat Will Smith, cause it slaps hard. Hear it not when I pull up on your boulevard.
After some hard work, the profile is ready. The woman doesn't feel safe sharing a lot of personal information, so she chooses the first picture she can find, and she's ready to go.
That's a lie. So right off the bat, I actually feel like it's the opposite. This is probably one of the few things I disagree with him on this. Women don't just pick any picture and throw it up there. Women, some women take fresh photos. Women are trying to hit their angles for the most part, not everyone, but.
Now, I will say, so I'm glad you said that part right there, because as a guy that did online dating for many, many years, there are definitely women on there that are not trying as hard. And a lot of them honestly feel as though because they're women, they can just put up any kind of profile and guys will like it. And unfortunately, they're usually right. But for the most part, the women that are on there that are legitimately trying to actually get a guy and try to find one that they feel is going to gel with them do put in effort. They do show in pictures of themselves dressed up really well or going to parties where they look very lively, putting on makeup, doing their hair. Like they'll go through a whole photo shoot. I've had women friends that have gone through the whole gamut of asking their other girlfriends, hey, do I look better in this dress or does my makeup look right in this? So they're actually, for the majority of the ones that are trying to get guys and think that online dating can work are actually going through the process. I actually had a woman friend of mine who in her day-to-day, she's at home in like sweats and a sweatshirt, but when she was trying to get on dating apps, she was going through all the effort, getting all the hair done, so they're putting in a lot of work to make sure this is going to happen for them. And that's going to be relevant to what I comment on later.
The majority of women care deeply what their photo looks like. Just look at Instagram. But with this, I think men just put whatever photo. Another thing I noticed that men do that you guys do, any men watching, a lot of the men watching, y'all will take these selfies in the car that's like down below or real close up to your face like this. Or you just take random photos at work or sitting on the couch with your dog, or it'll just be so haphazard. Usually not, dressed to impress. The quality of the picture is kind of shoddy. And I think it's because men don't invest that much into their looks, at least.
Now, I want to comment on the previous stuff she just said. So yes, she is seeing pictures of dudes that are just doing whatever kind of pose or whatnot, and she's commenting they're not dressing up, they're not seemingly putting any effort into their photos. Now, when I went to the comments below this video, there were a lot of guys down there saying things like, well, yeah, I'm a guy, and I don't want to have to put effort into taking a picture or having to put up certain photos or have to worry about lighting or angles. This is what she's talking about. But why does that matter? Why is she even expressing that? It's for one very simple reason. Women equate the amount of effort that you're putting into your profile with how much effort you're gonna put into the relationship. And the reason that they think that way is because that's how they think. They are spending money, time, effort, and energy to try to make themselves look as presentable as possible on these dating apps so that way you will find them attractive. So for the women that are legitimately trying to find guys on these apps, they are aware of how much work they are putting in hopes that they're going to be able to impress upon the guy that they feel is gonna be the most attractive for them to be able to actually grab that guy. So because they're equating the effort they're putting in with how much care they're putting into this, they're hoping that the guys that they wanna be attracted to are gonna do the same. And I say wanna be because there are men that they'll swipe on these apps that they'll think to themselves, man, if he would actually put effort and energy into his looks a bit, he could have been a guy swiped right on, but he didn't wanna do his hair. He wanted to just put on any old t-shirt. He wanted to have a picture of him in a messy room or next to a dirty car. And all these things scream to women, I do not put effort into my relationships. You gotta think about this also. She's also thinking, if he's not even willing to put effort into himself, how can I then expect him to put any kind of effort into a relationship with me? And it's always gonna go back to, she's gonna look at your profile and equate it with what kind of result is she gonna get from you? Even if she just is like looking at you like, oh, he could be a good hookup and nothing more, but are you even projecting that in your profile? And so this is why she's harping on this, because she's trying to, the guys in the comments are all like, oh, I shouldn't have to change and this and that, but she's trying to give you the game. She's telling you how women are analyzing this. And just like, women used to get mad at like Kevin Samuels and other guys out there for trying to tell women how we function and how we think. You can't look at these kind of women that are trying to give you game on how women think and be like, that's not a thing, or I don't want to do that, or that's game playing. They're giving you the game. They're telling you need to look better, have better angles, better photos, better lighting. If you have to do that in order to eventually match with at least one woman on there that ends up being the woman of your dreams that you end up with long term, then guys, even if you don't want to do it, it's worth the effort in the short term for the reward that you're going to get long term. And that's why she's saying all this stuff.
Not what women do. Now, does every woman look nice? No, but women, we're groomed to, get our hair done, do our nails, the fashion industry, we buy the most, we consume the most as far as everything, but
True.
Clothes, especially, beauty products, all of that. And this isn't a video about that, but I don't think men really put much effort into their looks.
And I get why we don't do it, guys. We're people that are built and designed to go after goals, to fix things, to do these various tasks. And so we put so much emphasis on these actions and these tasks being more important than the aesthetic that we carry with ourselves with when we're trying to do said task. And the guys that are able to get over that and start dressing better, smelling better, looking better, both in public and in their photos, are the guys that women end up going to, because that lets the women know that this guy gets it. This guy understands the importance of appearance and why he needs to look good, not just for himself, but also when he's around me. So if you're fighting that, that could be a major issue that you have in your dating life. Now, I have a program at my website called Smart Digital Dating that goes into the ins and outs of the kind of pictures you can set up so you will actually present better. But suffice to say, if you're getting really negative results right now on your online dating, amongst the plethora of other things, that could be a major thing that is actually causing you setback. And it doesn't have to. It just requires you to get over yourself, let your ego go for a bit and say, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna go get a woman friend to help me figure out what my style is. I'm gonna go to a tailor. I'm gonna look up some videos on YouTube that help me figure out my style. Antonio Centeno is a great guy. He has a great channel. I interviewed him a few years ago, but he's all about the fashion. You can check his stuff out to start figuring out what your style could actually be. And also, when you get a style, it allows you to stand out. So, you have a woman on a dating app that's swiping on guys, and the first 9 guys she swipes to, t-shirt, wrinkled, awful pants, shorts, wrinkles, and then she gets to you. Oh, his first picture, he's kind of got like a snazzy shirt, or he's got like a collared shirt on, or he looks like he's hiking, but it's just him in the photo, and man, he's taking that photo at a great angle. That is the start of what you need to be doing differently on these dating apps in order to get the desired results.
And especially, and we can talk about that in another video, but y'all pictures, go look at your dating profile right now. I bet each one of y'all have a picture in the car with like this, a selfie that's up close, you either with some work clothes on or a work function, or you guys will post a picture with guy friends who look better than you. Women like him. And I don't know what it is, but if you are, even above average looking, but say you have a friend that happens to be taller, we know how tall guys get it. He's more attractive, he can dress better. Why are you posting that picture with him, boo? Why? Because now women are...
She's got a point. I want to backtrack to what you were saying earlier, though, about like dudes just dressing up in like work clothes and whatever. I get it, guy. You're trying to show to women on dating apps that if you date me, this is the actual life you're going to live. Like, guys are trying to think very logistically and very analytically and very literally about how life is going to be. And so they don't want to give a woman any idea or make her feel like she's being tricked in any way. So what you might be doing is you're thinking, okay, in my dating profile, I want her to know what she's going to get, so I'm going to give my real life. So yeah, there's going to be times when I'm on the sofa at home in a wrinkled shirt. There's going to be times where I'm just coming home from work and this is what I'm wearing. There's going to be times when we're staring at each other when we're talking. So yeah, she needs an up-close personal selfie of me so she can know what my face looks like when we're doing that. And it's going to be sad to say, guys, but like on these dating apps, your goal is to put your best foot forward. You're putting a representative forward of the ideal, the best version of you could possibly do. Now, you might think that's a lie. I would counteract with the fact that when you're trying to buy a car or when you're trying to buy a video game system, all these companies do is put forth the best stuff. On TV, they put forth the best parts of a video game they'll put forward. Even if the whole game sucks, the company will know what parts of the video game to put into the commercial to make you buy it. Now, if you get mad that you bought it later, it is what it is, but the point is that they're still putting their best foot forward, and reality is some people out there will still like that game, even if it's like rated the worst game of all time, you know? So take heed from, this is why I'm such a fan of Doc Love and the idea of correlating sales with dating, because dating is sales. When you first are trying to get to know somebody, you're trying to put your best foot forward in hopes that they're gonna buy. Now, as you date and progress further with that person, obviously you're not gonna be that front person that you are all the time. And women typically know that, because women, think about this, women go on dates and they wear really nice dresses, really good makeup, and they do this knowing full well that when they go home from that date, they're taking all that stuff off and they're gonna be plain Jane. And their hope is that as you date them more and get to know them personally, that when you guys finally hook up and you wake up next to her one morning and she's plain Jane version of her, that you're gonna still like her, all right? So women are already doing this. We're the ones that are like, but I gotta be 100% honest, this and that. You're not being dishonest when you're showing the best version of yourself on these dating apps. You're just showing a version that could be at the pinnacle and a version that will pop out at times. But women know they're gonna get other versions of you, some that are more dressed down, some that are more low key. And that's fine, but they still wanna see that you have the ability to be a guy that is putting his best foot forward for when you go out in company in front of public and other people, all right? So that's why it's important for as a guy to know this and put that version of you on these dating apps.
In a face-to-face.
Oh, and also the thing she said about this is why I tell you guys, don't take pictures with friends and put them on your profile, because yes, women are gonna be like, oh, he looks okay. Oh my God, his friend next to him looks even hotter. I wonder if I can meet him. And so you're probably thinking, but wouldn't that happen anyway if I eventually took this new girl around my friend after dating her for a little bit? And my honest response is, more often than not really. Because what you're doing the first 2 or 3 months of dating is having it be just one-on-one dates where you're not bringing other people into the fold, which gives her time to get deep feelings for you and really like you, to when you bring her around some of your other friends, even if you have friends that are allegedly cuter than you or more handsome than you, she's gonna be so invested in you and how you've made her feel at that point, and the hookups you guys have had, and the great times and the memories you've created, that it's gonna be very hard for a new person to come in and ruin that, unless you're doing all the wrong things when you're dating her, in which case you need to go to my website and get my course so you'll know what things to do during the dating phase and the relationship phase to not scare her off. But ideally during the dating phase, you're doing a lot of the right stuff to where that's not gonna happen. But early on, yeah, you're a stranger and the person next to you is a stranger. And if the person next to you in that photo that is also a stranger, that your best friend, looks better, she's gonna be clamoring for that guy instead of you. So don't make that mistake.
Comparison, seeing you, and even though you could have good height on you, doesn't mean you're super tall. But because you're next to somebody that's super tall, it looks a certain way. Now, I have seen some of the chads and guys do it the reverse, where they take the picture with their friends and show how the friends look compared to him. Y'all not sneaky, but baby, please, if your dating profile includes multiple dog photos, multiple car photos, multiple in your shirt and tie from work or wherever, you standing in front of a car, just doing random stuff.
She looks so disappointed. So yeah, take lessons from Melanie here, guys. She knows what she's talking about in that sense, like, because she's currently dating a guy that she met on a dating app. Clearly, he wasn't doing any of those things. But suffice to say, yeah, take these notes and understand these are things that women are seeing on profile after profile after profile of guys that they're swiping on. Yes, the online dating world is already going to be hard enough for you as a guy, but you don't need to make it harder for yourself by taking lame pictures, taking bad pictures, taking pictures with other people in them that look better than you, and not being able to spruce yourself up to look decent in these photos, all right? So definitely work on that.
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high class man. You a high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man.